One of my favourite things about June is that the garden starts to provide the first real tastes of summer. Join me as I gather a few things for lunch. I'm going to harvest some peas in the polytunnel. I actually thought these were dwarf peas, but I've got them mixed up with the ones that I planted outside. When you're harvesting peas, you want to make sure that the pods are really firm and you can see the peas inside. You want them nice and full. And fresh peas from the garden are almost just like sweets. They're really nice. They're so sweet and fresh. So I'm going to pick these now. Homegrown peas freeze really well as well. They're great to succession plant if you like. As I say, I've got more outside, so. This one I can see is not ready. It looks the same size, but if you feel it, you can tell it's not been filled out with the peas. When these are done, I'm just going to cut them off at soil level. Like all legumes, they'll fix nitrogen into the soil, and I'm going to grow some cucumbers here, so they will help those too. So that's a nice little haul of peas. As these are so fresh, they don't want a lot of cooking. So I'm just going to do them with a nice salad with some feta and beetroot. Bit of lettuce. This is a cut and come again variety. And I've grown this here in the polytunnel, again as an early crop. It will get too hot in here soon for lettuce, but I find, you know, it's a good early crop and it doesn't get impacted as much by insects as it does outside. So to go with my peas, I'm gonna make a feta, pea, mint and beetroot salad. So I just want to see if I've got a couple of beetroot that I can just harvest as baby beetroot. Now, I won't need a lot, just a couple, just for a bit of flavour in my salad, and then the rest I'll leave on to grow to full size. There you go. You can see they're not massive. They are baby beetroot, but they'll still be a nice size for my salad, so I'll harvest a few of those. And you find that actually doing this and taking some as baby beetroot will give the others plenty of space to grow on. And I'm just pulling them up by hand like this, so I'm not disturbing the roots too much of the other ones that I'm leaving there. Just a few sweet little baby beetroot to go with my salad. So I've been busy in other areas of the garden, and my raspberry patch is quite full of weeds, and I've got some brambles coming in here, so I think I might nearly need to cut my way in to harvest. This is the trouble with managing a large garden on your own. You sort of turn your back and everything's shot up with all the rain and sun we had recently. It's part of the fun. Keeps you fit. This tree needs to come out really. As I say, paths are actually fairly clear once you can see that once I can get in. It's not too bad. And they're nice clean raspberries, which is good. Better to pick pick on a dry day if you can. Also got a few red currants in here that the birds have left me. They normally eat them all, so I'm not going to do very much with those, but with the other berries, be good. I really should have worn my safety gear in here. This giant stinging nettle there that's just showing me who's the boss. You can see the birds have already started having a go at a few. I will leave them some, I have plenty, so still got raspberry jam in the cupboard from last year, so I'm not too worried. So that stinging nettle's definitely showed me who's boss. But I've got the first few raspberries of the season, so it's worth it. Just wanted to check my potatoes for harvest, and I found a little stash of strawberries, so that will be the mice that do that. They gather them and hide them for later. So I've got 4 bags of first early potatoes that I've grown in these containers here, and I planted these early March. These potatoes haven't flowered yet, and flowering is usually one of the signs that potatoes are ready, but not all first earlies do flower, so I'm going to give 1 bag a go, and I've still got 3 other bags. If they're not quite ready, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm just going to get the bag, and I'm going to tip the whole bag upside down into this wheelbarrow. Right, here's the fun bit. We'll see what we've got. Can already see quite a few potatoes on the side here. They're lovely and clean when you grow them in a bag like this. It's like digging for treasure. You can see there are more forming here, so we'll leave those other bags just a little bit longer. But there's still some beautiful little new potatoes here. And that's a nice little harvest. I've got some broad beans ready too, which I will have with those peas. Still got plenty of rhubarb coming, so I'll take a few more stalks of rhubarb. Always pull rhubarb from the base. Don't cut it. Just cutting the leaves off. Actually, they're fairly useful as mulch, the leaves. For anyone that doesn't know, you can't eat the rhubarb leaves, they're poisonous. It's just a little handful. Be nice just to make a little compote with that. I've also got the first of the strawberries coming, so there'll be plenty more. And there's the first few that are ready. Some of these will just be another couple of days. You do really want to get them for the best flavour. You do want to get them when they're fully red. So here you are. Here's my first little June harvest. Plenty more to come, but that will make a lovely lunch. Thanks for watching.